Hi, I'm Chris McGraw with AOL Autos. I'm new to the team here, but overall I consider myself to be a fairly good driver, with one glaring exception. I don't know how to drive a stick. Today, I'm going to learn how to drive a manual. And Autoblog's senior editor, Steve Ewing, is here to teach me.
So when you first get in the car, you want to familiarize yourself with it because you've never driven a stick before. So obviously you've got 3 pedals down below. You've got your accelerator on the right, brake in the middle, and then clutch on the left. Okay. You want to make sure that you're sitting close enough so that when you depress the clutch all the way, your foot's all the way in without having to reach out like that on your tippy toes. You want to have a nice firm placement on the clutch. In the middle is your gearbox. In the case of the Mazda, it's a 6-speed manual transmission, so over and up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To put it in reverse, everything in the middle here is neutral, but to put it in reverse, you push down and go all the way over and up for reverse. And then right here is your parking brake. You can leave a car in neutral and engage the parking brake, and the car won't roll around.
Okay.
So, let's just hit the road.
Okay, sounds good.
So put it into first gear. What you do is you let off the brake, take the parking brake off, and then as you accelerate, you lift your foot off of the clutch, and that will engage first gear.
Okay.
So now first gear is engaged.
Okay.
You're driving, and then when it comes time to shift into second gear, you depress the clutch, take your foot off the gas slightly, just put the shifter into second, and then re-engage the clutch again.
Okay.
For braking, when it comes time to stop the car, what you can do is push in the clutch, put the shifter into neutral, and then hit the brake. You can be on the brake and the clutch at the same time. For example, you can be driving, and you can already start to hit the brake in gear, and then push in the clutch and put the shifter back into neutral.
Okay.
Key thing to know is that if the car is at a complete stop, you either have to be in neutral with your foot off the clutch, or you can be in gear with your foot on the clutch. But if you take your foot off the clutch when you're in gear at a stop, the car will stall. So when it's time to shift, you've got what's called your power band in the tachometer here. Those are your shift points within there. The power band is usually right about in the middle, or sometimes on the even lower end. In the case of this car, it's about, say, 1750 RPM up until about 4000 RPM. So that's where you want to shift. So we can stop the car, put it back into first gear, and then I'm driving. I get it up to about 3000 RPM, and that's when I shift.
Okay.
And then as you go into a gear, it goes back down. What's happening is every time you push in the clutch pedal, you're releasing the clutch from the flywheel, which is connected to the engine to make it all move, and it's allowing the transmission to grab the next gear that you're selecting. Okay. And then as you re-engage the clutch, it's making the car go forward again at a higher speed. If you forget to shift, you'll notice, and you can actually even hear the engine revving really high. And that's sort of, you know, you shouldn't be doing that with the engine ever. You need to shift into gear.
Okay.
And then on the opposite end, if you're revving too low into a gear, like I'm in second gear right now and I'm revving way down almost to idle, when you push in the gas, the car sort of chugs forward.
Yeah.
Or you'll even feel the engine in this case, if you let it rev down really low in second gear, you can feel the engine sort of struggling to get power.
Yeah.
That's when you want to downshift.
Okay.
Now that I've given you a quick little intro, I think it's time.
Okay.
Time for you to get behind the wheel.
Give it a try.